Why is she that excited? It's crazy. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Yo, this video is a little funny. Not surprising, but very funny. But for a lot of the people who don't understand some of the things that take place in this world, think we live in such a perfect world. It's not, right? Some things that might catch you off guard. It's not ready for it. But let me stop rumbling. Shout out to Love Don't Judge. And this young lady right here is a lovely, officer. And the title says, I'm a prison officer and I married an inmate. Love don't judge. Let's get into it. Again, it's not surprising to me, but we'll speak on it. Let's go.
I am the officer that is married to someone in prison. I gotta be the only officer in the world who got proposed to in jail. Some of the officers, they don't know which side of the law I am on. I was 30 years young when I got my pension. I get paid a lifetime, so and it would definitely support me and my husband when he gets out of prison. My friends would give bad advice and tell me don't be with somebody in prison. I started sharing my story online because the world needed to know the judgment that I face is you stupid for marrying an inmate, you're an inmate lover. They was very crazy. I visit Jonathan every weekend. It takes me about 12 hours total, 6 hours going, 6 hours coming. They banned me, they're tired of me coming. Some of them don't like I'm an officer. And then once my suspension is up, I go right back. My name is Tamika and I am the prison officer that is married to an inmate. I met Jonathan when we were kids. We grew up in the same neighborhood. He was just a little boy who always had a crush on me. We went our separate ways. Jonathan ended up going to prison. Jonathan was sentenced to 25 years to life, but he's eligible for parole and he has about 11 left. Me and Jonathan reconnected because he wrote a love letter and he sent it to a mutual friend. It was 14 years since I last seen or spoke to Jonathan. It was like, oh my God, after all these years, he still remembered me. He still loved me. At that moment, I was still at work, so I was afraid to respond back to him. I contacted Jonathan. He just said, I'm happy after all these years, you finally given me another chance, and we made it official to be with each other. The visit is 8 hours and it's worth it. I can't wait to kiss my husband. Can't wait to just have that love and warmth in my presence. The first meeting with him was insane because the same inmates that I had in my custody and I was mean to were the same inmates I seen that's locked up with my husband. When I visit Jonathan in prison, some of the officers' reaction.
That's why you always be good to people. You always be a righteous person. You don't never ill treat people because it comes back to you. So you gotta understand. That's why you gotta be a good person. In general, not just the people, but in general, you must be a good person.
They're like a little bit confused because they don't know which side of the law I am on. They be like, oh, she's married to an inmate, but she's also one of us. Because if they do something wrong, they think I'm gonna report them. And the inmates react to, oh, it's like gossip and news for them, like tease. Hey guys, as you guys already know, I am the officer that is married to someone in prison. Hey guys, as you guys already know, I am the officer that is married to someone in prison. I started sharing my story online because I felt like I had a very unique story. And I felt like the world needed to know it's okay to love who you want to love. So this video here is about staying with your man in prison. Stay with him. Do not leave your man in jail for somebody that's out here. I had over 61,000 views, over 517 comments.
Oh,
When my first video.
real shit. She could use that as like, a way to like make build a good fan base, strong fan base, and also make crazy money out of it. She can make merch out of it, right? Like there is so much that she could do. So I'm not looking at it as, well, she just married an inmate. Like she can make money, like real money off that. You know what I'm saying? So hey, do what you gotta do, baby.
Went viral. I just was happy to impact other people who may be going through the same thing. The judgment that I faced.
And I'm Dustin. Newtown Savings Bank helped us realize our dream of owning our own farm.
Face when I started my relationship is he's gonna take your pension, he's gonna get everything that you got. What side of the law are you on? You a bad officer, the Department of Correction should have never hired you. You stupid for marrying an inmate, you're an inmate lover. They was just very
I don't think people truly understand, right? I don't think people truly understand. A lot of these female officers who's there inmates, a lot of them sleeping with them. I want you to understand that. Like that is very real. Like some of these women do sleep with the inmates. Again, it doesn't surprise me because I know some of the stuff that be going on. I had some stories. I know people personally who've told me. But a lot of the female officers who's there in the jail, and I mean, they have the inmates. Some of them are sleeping with them. I'm just here to tell her the truth. That's all I'm here to do, just to be honest with you and tell her the truth.
very crazy. I'm definitely isolated. I feel like I can't have any friends because my friends would judge me. And they will also give bad advice and tell me don't be with somebody in prison. Yes, I respond sometimes, very seldom though. I would just put an emoji like a bird in a brain and call them a bird brain. Some of the comments I received online was, I know your officers hate you. That's dope though. You married your soulmate. That's right. Fight for your husband. Hearing comments from people who say I helped them with my story makes me feel like I made the right choice as being an officer and married to someone in prison. Like I did what I was supposed to do.
Can you tell us how Jonathan proposed?
I want to show y'all the picture because I got the picture. This is Jonathan actually proposing to me in jail. Like, I gotta be the only officer in the world who got proposed to in jail. This is us.
Shorty obsessed with him, bro.
Jonathan write me at least like 10 times in a day. So this letter said, hey, my crush, you got me feeling like a kid all over again. And sent me some kisses. When I was an officer, I definitely had a different view on prison relationships. I honestly thought all girls are stupid for coming to a jail, crying over a man that can't even take them to a restaurant to eat. I thought their self-esteem was low, but obviously that's not the case.
And you gotta understand, women got, I feel like we as men, or this society in general, what they teach us about women is like women are such angels, and women just like they're perfect. You know, like you're like a god almost, right? And if you truly know, women have some of the craziest fantasies ever. It might shock you to know that your girl have some of the crazy fantasies. And I don't know. Sometimes it is a criminal. It is that bad guy, and that's why she can't leave him alone. But I'm just here to tell you. I'm just here to tell you the truth. That's all I'm here to do. Nothing more. But they do have some crazy fantasies, bro. Telling you. When you find out, don't get mad. Just embrace it. See them as they are, not who you want them to be.
When I visit Jonathan, we don't really get any privacy. Again, I'm an officer and I'm coming to a facility. Always surveillance cameras and officers sitting us right in front of their desks. It's not tough because we make it work. We're still gonna hug each other. He probably still gonna give me some hickeys. I started the Department of Corrections in 2015. That job was very tough. You are around some of the worst criminals in the city of New York all day. They call you names at times. Your coworkers are just as foul as the inmates. So you're in an environment where you don't know who to trust. I decided to leave because I seen a lot of injustice go on. This is what correction officers wear on duty to work. We use a snap tie so that we don't get choked. This is our badge that we must wear. These are the signs that I made. That's me and my husband in prison. This is our book that we wrote called Karma and Love. I use these signs to bring awareness to my husband's case, to injustice, to the system, and just to my experience as being an officer and married to someone in prison. I absolutely do not miss working in corrections because I got everything that there is to have. I got a pension and I'm able to love my husband. I worked at the Department of Corrections 5.5 years before I got my pension. I was 30 years young. I get paid a lifetime, so and it would definitely support me and my husband when he gets out of prison. Oh, that's him. He calling.
Prepaid collect call from
Copy.
an incarcerated individual.
Honey,
Hey, what's going on?
I love you. What's up, babe?
Hey, how you doing?
You gotta hang in there. You gotta
Yo,
continue
my
to be
God,
strong.
yo.
You gotta keep your head up and know like there's nothing you can't overcome that we can't overcome together. What's something you really want to do when you come home together as husband and wife?
A vacation? I just want to sit in the bathtub. I just want to sit in the bathtub and just get all this prison stuff off of me.
Oh, you want to get in the tub?
Yeah, I want some good fried chicken.
Ooh.
Can't wait for some good fried chicken.
Babe, it's coming. It's coming.
So, Jonathan, how did you feel when you first met Tamika?
I felt like a kid in Candyland. A kid waking up for Christmas. She let me see life in a different perspective. That it's okay to be loved. Don't give up.
Thank you for being like so great to me, husband. Thank you for like believing in me to have your back.
Love you.
I love you too. I love you. I love you. I love you.
How has Jonathan changed your life for the better?
Ooh.
Honestly, bro, I want every guy watching this video. I'm gonna clip it. I'm gonna clip this one too. I want every guy to understand this. Brother, there is some guys you just cannot compete with. When I tell you cannot compete, brother, you cannot compete. I don't care how much money you have, how tall you are, how attractive you might think you look. There is some guys on this earth, on planet Earth, no matter what you do, you just cannot compete with him. If Shorty say she like him, that's who she like, and she not seeing nobody else. If he tell her jump, she gonna say, "How high do you want me to jump?" And but that's just something that's unbeatable, and money cannot buy that. Don't think money can buy that, because money cannot buy that. That is something that is normal. It's very primal. I'm telling you. That's bro. Some guys you just can't compete with, and you must just accept and be like, okay, I won't even try to compete. I'm good.
Jonathan
Well,
has
shit.
changed my life for the better because he made me a wife and I don't take that for granted. He's my greatest blessing. To the people who judge me, look in the mirror. Go judge yourself.
That was a crazy video, but yeah. She said he changed her life just because he made her a wife. But yeah, I wish them the best. I can't hate on it. I just wish that, he would get out of jail and then they build a relationship, stronger than it ever was.